right, you guys, welcome back this week to the Love Frequency Podcast, where we turn pain into power and we heal others through love and light. This week is a holiday week, so firstly, I want to say happy holidays to everyone. Today's topic is going to be about soul aligned love versus karmic relationships and a few other topics, whatever comes to mind. Today, we do have two cards that I'm going to pull, not the normal three. And yeah, so just stay tuned. So this week is going to be about the soul aligned love versus something that may be more of a karmic relationship. How do you know the difference? Well, I think we all kind of know the answers to that. How does it make you feel? Does your nervous system get excited or goes into overdrive? Is your heart, is your intuition telling you that this is something that's going to be for me long term, or is it something that's going to be a lesson? I always preach that a little bit weekly. How can we discern? And I speak on discernment a lot. I feel like everyone has intuition and the power within themselves to practice spirituality or be in tune with their spiritual gifts. So it doesn't take someone to utilize tools. We are all gifted people. That's why I always say, go back to what do you feel? The first thing that comes to your mind, maybe that is your gut and what you should be following. So I'm going to say that that's one big example. Also, a few others could be, are we arguing a lot, or are we able to communicate? Are we able to get over whatever argument or topic or discussion and find resolutions versus going to sleep mad, breaking up, or doing the negative aspects of the opposite of what relationships are supposed to do? A relationship is supposed to help you grow and elevate, not stress you. Stress, and my apologies for the background. This is Hawaii. We love our motorcycles here. Forgive the noise. That's why I stressed a lot too. That's loud. Sorry about that, guys. Are we able to move forward? Are we able to find solutions and resolutions to our discrepancies? So I would say that's a few other things to determine, is this so aligned with me and my path, or it could it be something karmic? And I would be honest, karmic not necessarily is something bad. I think we all have to go through karmic lessons in life to help us elevate and grow to the next level. And it helps us to become the person that we need to become in this lifetime. So don't think of everything as always a bad thing. It's preparing you. That karmic relationship is preparing you for your soul mate, your soul aligned relationship and love in this lifetime. So that's why I wanted to bring this topic up, because as I said, we're coming into the end of the year, the end of the number 9 year, which is completion, to prepare you for next year, which is to start over the number 1 year. You have your opportunities to attract the people that you need to attract, align with what you need to align with, and let whatever go, let that go. Let it fall to the wayside. So hopefully you guys can take this message and really hone in on it and not take it into the new year. The new year is about release and reset and renewal. It's the number 1 year, a chance to start over, a chance to attract what you need to attract to elevate you to the next level of your evolution. So my next topic I also want to talk about is being alone. I feel like when you are alone and able to sit with yourself, you're able to really tap into your spiritual gifts and really listen to the divine messages that's trying to come through. Sometimes certain karmic relationships distract us in what we need to receive from our spiritual ancestors. Distracting can be something as simple as arguing with you for that day, so now you can't work on your creative gifts and do what you need to do to elevate yourself because you're too busy arguing in a karmic relationship instead of being aligned and really listening to your spirit guides and the messages that's coming through. So it's almost like taking on their karmic debt too. I spoke of that a while back. When we choose certain partners and we know that they're dealing with, let's say, a karmic situation, just because they're dealing with a karmic situation, don't think that that karmic situation is not going to fall on you, because Now you're taking on their energy. Now you're taking on their aura and you're bringing that inside of your home. So now it's attaching to you and your situation. So that's why a lot of karmic lessons, it may seem like it's a bad thing, but really we took that on. And have you ever noticed that when you do go through something karmatic and when you get rid of that energy or get rid of that person, leave that job, everything seems to flourish? That's because you got rid of the karmic debt. You got rid of that karmic energy. So be very mindful of the type of energy you keep and the type of energy that you decide to align with, because you can take on their spiritual debt. And for some people, it may be scary at first to be alone and sit with yourself, but I think that's very important, imperative, because when you love yourself and when you know yourself, you're able to sit alone. You are also able to be very quick with your discernment. Your discernment gets stronger. You start to realize what you want and what you don't want. When you have certain energies around you, sometimes that can distract you from where you need to be. Have you ever noticed that in some cases, we've all been here, where we will have certain negative friends around us and we can't get nothing done. We can't get to the next level. We're focused on all the negative things. Maybe you're going out partying too much. Maybe you're drinking. Maybe you're doing, I don't know, whatever the case may be. That is distracting you from what you need to be doing and what you need to be cultivating. So that's why I try to speak on that a lot, about karmic versus soul aligned relationships. And relationships does not necessarily have to be intimate. They can be friendships too, a negative job, negative family members, whatever. You guys name it. I'm just naming a list of it. So it's not a bad thing, but it can set you back depending on the situation. It could potentially set you back. So this rest of the 30 days and going into December, January, into the new year, I want you guys to really write down what you're looking for, what you want to accomplish, and start over, because the number one year, next year, is our opportunity to go ahead and start over and just realign with everything. Realign and get that fresh energy coming in, fresh friends, fresh ideas. Don't be afraid to step out there and step outside the box and even change your career if you need to, because guess what? If you've been doing the same thing for the last 20 years, maybe it's time to do something different. Have you ever realized maybe the universe, maybe God is not giving you what you're asking for because you're not aligning yourself to that life path? Maybe the universe is waiting for you to make the first move so that the universe can take care of the rest. Remember what I said, maybe you live in New York, maybe you need to move to California. Maybe if you've been working at that job for 20 years doing, let's say, accounting, maybe you need to start your own business and step out there on faith. So this rest of the few weeks into the new year is really clearing out that energy to prepare yourself for 2026. So don't be afraid. Tap into your spiritual gifts, tap into your creativity, and get rid of that dead weight, because I don't know if that dead weight can come with you into the new year, but sometimes we need the dead weight to help us learn. We learned the lesson. We learned what we needed to for our next elevation. So now it's time to kind of clear it out and move forward, you know. But if you want to go ahead and continue that energy into 2026, that's on you. I would hate to say it, but that's where the tower card or a tower moment can happen. Meaning sometimes we get stuck in a situation for 5, 10 years, knowing we were supposed to let it go. Something crazy could happen. Maybe you may get fired from that job. Maybe you're supposed to get a new car, so your car just all of a sudden broke down, forcing you to buy a new car, to bring in that energy of money and abundance. Maybe that relationship ended because it's time for something new, but you was holding on to it for 10 years. So something happened. Maybe they cheated, and they've been cheating for the past 10 years, but something happened where they was exposed. I'm just giving examples, but that's what I mean by tower moments, because sometimes we're so afraid to be alone. We stay in situations for a long time, and not necessarily just being alone, but like we're comfortable. We're so comfortable in our environment, whether that be work, relationship, family, that we forget to keep researching. We forget to keep elevating ourselves, elevating our skills until we find that soul aligned dynamic. We're going to continue to keep learning the karmic lessons and the karmic relationships until we take that risk to say, enough is enough. It's time for me to not be afraid and go ahead and take that leap and take the faith. And lastly, before I get into the cards, meaning don't be afraid to keep changing things until you get it right, until you are comfortable with yourself. But the message here is to not get too comfortable to the point where you're missing out on your blessings and you're missing out on what you need to do next. For example, think of it like high school, right? You're in the ninth grade. You need to get to the 12th grade, right? Why are you still stuck on the ninth grade and it's been 5 to 10 years? You're not taking risks. You're not completing the assignments. You're not doing what you need to do to go in levels, meaning 9, 10, 11, 12, in that order, not before, meaning you can't just skip from ninth to 12th grade. You can, depending on your advancement, but I'm just going to keep it simple. Take your time. Do it in layers. Go 9, 10, 11, 12. Stop trying to stay in the ninth grade when the universe is forcing you to go in elevations until you graduate. And then from there, what do? Go to college, get certs, get that job, get da da da. So I'm just using that as an example for you guys to understand. So don't be afraid to say, what? I did what I need to do. I'm done with the ninth grade. I'm graduating to the 10th, then the 11th, then the 12th. So we're going to get into the cards, and I wanted to keep it very simple this week. The first one we have is the angel card. Isaiah is talking about it's a good time to pretty much give birth to new ideas, give birth to that creativity, and advance yourself with the new situations that you need in your lifetime for 2026. The angel is saying that it's watching over you, guiding you, protecting you during these changes. So don't be afraid of change. And your angels are blessing you in this time. So just take the risk. The number 2 card we have here is Chantel. This is a love card. So new romance is imminent, either with a new person or through reignited passion in your existing relationship. So just be open and receiving love. But I would say also be open to receiving love, but don't be open to be stuck. So if you know that that's not someone like your soulmate or someone you want to be so aligned with, maybe they're a karmic relationship, don't stay in it either. I don't want y'all to get that confused either. So it can either be someone new or reignite positivity, a current relationship where the universe is going to put the spark back in that. Okay. So with that being said, you guys, I want you guys to have a happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays. And of course, we'll stay tuned because we have the full moon coming up, that energy, getting ready for December, and then just preparing ourselves for the new year. But I just really want you guys, I'm going to keep honing in on this. I really want you guys to step out there, step outside the box. Don't be afraid to alone. Love yourself, know yourself. Tell you are soul aligned with whatever mission that you need in this lifetime, whatever that mission may be. Don't be afraid of the unknown. Don't be afraid of what's uncomfortable. Okay? The universe is blessing you. God is blessing you. So take that risk and stop trying to be stagnant, because the longer you stay stagnant, the longer it may take for you to receive your blessings. The longer it may take for you to what you're supposed to be so aligned with. Okay? Tower moment. We do not want that to happen to you where something so drastic can happen because you were taking too long. You supposed to been let that job go. You supposed to been moved to that state. You were supposed to been out of that fucking relationship. You were supposed to been go back to school or get a cert. Whatever you've been thinking, whatever it is that you were supposed to be doing, you supposed to been doing it. You supposed to been started your book. Some of y'all wanted to be authors, write a book, work on music, start that business, work out, and y'all haven't been doing it. So, not to beat a dead horse here, but just don't be afraid and you that risk. Understand that karmic relationship is not meant to punish you. It's meant to kind of you so that you can learn. If I didn't need to learn what I needed to learn in, let's say, the ninth grade, maybe you got beat up in school. I'm going to use that. That's a fucked up example, but that's an example. By going down that hallway, I learned to not maybe go down that hallway. Shit. If you didn't know, like, you didn't go through the karmic or the bad, how would you know the difference between the good? That probably was a crazy example, but how would you? So that's why we are in karmic lessons, in karmic situations, in that we can know the difference when the universe sends us the good. We can say, you know what? I've been through all of this stuff, and now I know the difference. I know the difference between real love. I know the difference between friendship. I know the difference between working hard and not working hard. So keep going, y'all. So yeah, I have to go through certain things. And sometimes for some of us, more than others, It may have to take the long way around to get our blessing or to get our what we need to get to that next level. Because if, like I said, if we went from ninth grade to 12th grade quickly, maybe you wouldn't appreciate it, the layers in between the 10th and the 11th grade, because you skipped it. You skipped that lesson. You skipped that part. You went straight to 12th grade. Some people can do that. But for those of y'all out there who's comparing yourself, stop comparing yourself to other people. Maybe that was their mission in life, where they went from the 8th grade straight to the 12th grade or straight to college. That's their life. Maybe the universe need for you as a person to go slow and steady, wins the race, take it step by step to each layer so that you can appreciate and you know how to handle, know how to hold that blessing. Remember what I told y'all a while ago? Somebody could win a lottery. Maybe they don't know nothing about finances. You get all that money, next thing you blow it in 3 to 4 years. Whereas though maybe if you became a millionaire in, let's say, your 60s, now you're wiser now. You've had chances to fail and try again. You have more wisdom. You're able to save and invest. From a 20-year-old to a 60-year-old, it's just different. Some people born that way, but they can handle $1 million at 20 years old. But some of us need to take the long way around. So when we're 60, like I remember going through this in my 30s, this in my 40s, this in my 50s. So now I'm 60, I'm a millionaire, I'm doing what I need to do. I have the business, I'm traveling. You really get to sit back and you're blessed and really appreciate it. So don't look at everything as negative. Sorry to be long-winded, but that's my message for this week. And I hope you guys enjoy your holiday. Okay? See you next time.